He looks like anyone else you'd pass on the street.
Give me your money now, sucker.
Except for one thing.
You want my money? Huh? Is this what you want?
He has a slight attitude.
No problem.
Paramount Pictures presents international Kenpo star, Jeff Speakman.
Should be more respectful of our organization.
Is there a problem here? Yeah. Guess so.
Hey, Terminator, I don't know where you came from, but you better go back. Those guys are going this. You're a dead man.
A tragedy he could not prevent.
Kim!
It's a signature execution. We've seen it before.
Leads him into a forbidden world with nothing to rely on but his own lethal skills.
Who killed Kim?
You cannot handle this by yourself. Who said it never hurt to ask?
Everybody in Koreatown knows Young killed Kim, Dick. Tracy?
Now, we are ready. Young and I have some unfinished business. I will finish it.
He has no gun. No fear.
Are you faster than a speeding bullet?
No equal.
No problem.
In his explosive motion picture debut, Jeff Speakman is the perfect weapon.
Marcus,
yo,
this movie, as you know, is Perfect Weapon. We haven't talked much about this movie, but after you watched this movie, or maybe in the middle of watching this movie, you sent me a message. Do you remember what that message said?
Yes, and I've been dying to talk about it. This is the perfect movie.
This is the perfect movie. I don't think it's an exaggeration. I think if we're talking about the type of movies we love, and let's hold it to that standard,
right,
you know?
Right.
Like, let's not say, oh, is it Schindler's List? No. Let's talk about borderline straight-to-video action movies. The script is kind of smarter than it has really any right to be.
Oh.
And Jeff Speakman, I mean, leaves a little to be desired as an actor, but, man, it doesn't matter because it moves fast, there's plenty of action, and the side characters are great.
Man, as soon and we'll go into it, but as soon as the intro starts and as soon as it starts to get into the story, everything. This is a tight 90 minutes. This is like there is so much fun stuff happening in this movie, and you know I'm going to go against you. I think Speakman, and I'm sure you meant that. Like Speakman's great at what he does. He does have a little left to be desired, but like I come out of it loving, like, it's just like a guy who you're like, we need someone to get shit done on set. They give Jeff Speakman $55. He says, I'm going to come in and do it. I mean, I'm sure it was more than that, but he came in, he did what he had to do, and he brought his own wardrobe, everything. And, but yeah, it's just, this movie is unbelievable. And like you said, for what we love, you know, it's not compared to Terminator 2 or just action movies in general, but like what we love, the root of it, the straight-to-action B-movie, that stuff, it is the perfect movie.
When you start a movie with a man with a, I guess, we hope we are watching him finish up his day at work.
Right.
And that, because he basically shovels about a pound of dirt and then like, whew, boys, that's going to be it for me today. And then, what do we see? He goes home. Maybe doesn't even change. I'm sure he changes his pants because he's not in jeans anymore.
Yeah.
And just rips into a 5-minute Kenpo demonstration.
It is. It's like there's an audience there waiting for him. It's like he's on a Zoom demonstration or something. But no, he was. And it's just relaxing.
He's sweating. He's chest haired. He's tired from the working man's job, but he's gonna show his damn Kenpo.
He is, and man, that's what he just lays it out like, here's what I'm about. Yeah. Here's what this thing's about right here.
Yes,
and
I'm a working man, and I'm good at karate, Kenpo.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Well, in this, as he's as quoted as saying, and I don't think anybody's disagreeing, is the world's first Kenpo movie. Kenpo is a street fighting martial art. Go to the throat. Go to the nuts.
Yep.
Attack first. Don't wait to try to defend. You go first if you think your opponent's going to fight you. And Jeff Speakman says this is why there's no Kenpo tournaments, because it's not about that.
No.
It is, you're going to fight me, I'm going to punch you in the nuts, gouge your eyes, and I'm going to walk away.
Yeah. Let's get all the housekeeping, because we're excited to talk about this before we ramble on and we forget about our viewers. And the heart and soul of this podcast.
That's right.
Let's talk about the housekeeping first.
And where can people find us, Marcus?
Well, typically they can find us on Facebook, Bullets, Bourbon, and Karate. Not typically.
We are
you
on
can.
there.
Yeah, we are on there. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter at BB Karate Podcast. And what about Gmail, Adam?
Well, that's also our Gmail email. Our Gmail email address, bbkaratepodcast@gmail.com. There's plenty of ways to reach us. We do have a winner for the Big Hit DVD. We do have a winner, and that winner, where you're going to get your crisp copy. It just says 5 stars, a blast, so fun, and the hosts have great chemistry. This is from Dog Fan Gal. Okay. Dog Fan Gal, thank you so much. We like to have chemistry. We're scientists. You're getting a crisp, clean. I mean, like I said in the earlier episode, if the DVD market picks up, if we're grading DVD copies, we're looking like at a 10 here. So you're going to get this Dog Fan Girl. Just reach out to us. Hit us up on our email at BB Karate Podcast, and we will mail you that free of charge. You'll get that and maybe a thank you note from us. Perfect. So that's out of the way. We are Bullets, Bourbon, and Karate, which means every week we pair our podcast with a drink of our choice. And this one's fun because this movie is everything we love. We thought, why not just drink what we love?
That's it.
Marcus and I are drinking Boilermakers. However, they are from different alcohols. Mine is a Booker's Bourbon, which is a very high proof, lovely bourbon, and a classic Budweiser that may be expired.
Nice. Yeah, year expired, too. I can't wait till you crack that baby open. I'm excited.
You can see on there, it's a Christmas can.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there it is, the Clydesdales.
So we'll see what happens. And that's my Boilermaker, or a version of it. This, Marcus, is our first time with actual bourbon on our podcast. So
it is,
cheers to that. And what are you drinking, Marcus?
I am drinking a Buffalo Trace on the rocks, and with as well a Tecate. So a little Mexican-American, going for you there. Pull up in the bar, you just got done working, the steel mill. You need a Boilermaker to soothe your mind, ease your bones before you go back home to your wife.
He's just got off that construction site where he just dug a pound of sand.
That's it. Yeah.
I like to picture him getting done with the work, coming home, putting on his sweats, his gi, just ripping into that form, ripping into the Kenpo, which apparently, he says in an interview, is a brown belt form mixed with a black belt form, mixed with a little bit of Goji. I'm going to mispronounce it, and I apologize. I'm not a martial artist. Goji Ryo Karate mixed in there that he did as a specific shout-out to one of his early senseis. But then he just you know what? Ooh, that was a hard form tonight.
Yeah.
really felt that. Going to have to do a Boilermaker.
Didn't sweats in the 80s look so much more comfortable than they are now?
Oh my gosh.
They just I don't know what it was. They just seemed like they were much. You could do anything. It seemed like you could do anything with a pair of sweatpants on in the 80s.
They look like almost Jinkos, but they're sweats.
Right.
So that's what we're drinking. Cheers to Jeff Speakman. Cheers to this wonderful movie, Perfect Weapon. Booker's is delicious. I'm glad we're drinking bourbon.
Yeah, I'm not a Buffalo. I haven't drank Buffalo Trace in a while. I do like it, but it's usually like a bar drink, like something that you don't have to pay much for a glass. But
it's just above, it's above well.
Right.
Mine is a bit more about $50-$60 a bottle, which isn't, terrible, but it is maybe a little more expensive than Buffalo Trace. But enough about this beautiful bourbon and beer that we're drinking, because we're here to talk about this amazing movie. Now, this movie was released in 91. This movie was released on March 15th, 1991. Marcus, do you have any personal history with this movie?
I do remember seeing it. I don't remember if it might have not been the first time, but I saw it on video. I didn't see it at the theaters. But I did see it on video because I remember I was in junior high at the time too. And this time I was not with a girl, no dates happening this time. It was just me, and I remember us going to the video rental store where we would go, which was the Video One, which was in the kind of the epicenter, the entertainment center district of Odessa, Texas, if you want to call it that.
Huge.
Huge.
100 square feet.
Yeah, you had Chinese kitchen, you had the pizza place, and you had Fur's Cafeteria, and you had Video One. And I remember renting this and just seeing the cover of it. And of course, when you have a title like The Perfect Weapon, you want to know as a teenager, what do I have to do to become the perfect weapon? And I remember seeing that cover and that title and just thinking, because I was also going into football at this time for the first time, and I was like, okay, I need to get tougher a little bit, and I need to know what the perfect weapon does. And then I realized by the end of the movie, like, this has nothing to do with me. I can't do this stuff.
Maybe Ken-Po could help in the if you're a lineman.
Right.
Maybe a good shot with the palm strikes.
Hands.
Yeah. So I didn't see this in the theaters. I realized I would have been 9, and I doubt my mother would have taken me. But I certainly remember watching it. It is, like you said, the cover is great. There's Professor Tanaka sort of over the shoulder of Jeff Speakman as he's in his is it suede, is it leather jacket. That he has, and he's working his Kenpo sticks. It's just such a great thing, and he looks like a guy you would see in real life, which you and I spoke about. Kind of, it's like he's a good-looking guy by all standards, but it's just like he's not Van Damme. He's not as mysterious and dark as Seagal.
Right.
He's like, you might see him at your Little League game.
Yeah. Easily, yeah. You might see him helping with the field before the Little League game, or as a dad, at the Little League game. Yeah.
And he's dressed like that the entire time this movie is on. But one of my favorite pastimes growing up was my mother would take me to Primetime Video or Blockbuster, whatever we would go to, and I would get to rent an action movie, whether it be Mission of Justice or China O'Brien or The Perfect Weapon.
Yeah.
I would then go out and I would be Karate Man all around my yard, rolling, kicking trees. And with this, I wanted nothing more than a pair of big old sticks that I could just
some Cali sticks. Yep.
Yes. And at least twice, my mother had to tell me not to set the couch up and hit it with sticks. So, Jeff Speakman, thank you for the inspiration. She was like, Adam, are you cleaning? What are you doing? And I was Mom, I'm going to cut this broom handle in half, and I'm going to hit the couch with it a bunch of times. She was like, don't do that to the broom. And don't tear up our sofa.
I was going to say, whenever I would practice, I remember, it was probably not the day after, but I just remember at one point practicing I had Cali sticks. And I used the old-timey kind of, when I say old-timey, the early 90s hangers that my mom would use for her fancier stuff, with the felt on them.
Yes.
And I would take those off, and then I would use those and just hit everything and work my speed and everything on
work
there.
Your speed. Now, quick point of reference here, Marcus. These are actually Kenpo sticks.
Oh, okay.
In Kenpo, I thought they were. I only learned this through this. I always thought they were Kali sticks. Kenpo, they look a little different, and Kenpo has a lot of knife and a lot of stick. I guess maybe you just most likely things to be in a street fight, like a broken pipe or something like that.
Yeah.
Once again, if you're a martial artist, a Kenpo expert, feel free to reach out to us. But I'm not, and don't come at us, bro.
Yeah, come on, man.
Leave us alone. We're trying. So these are Kenpo sticks. And he talks about the form doesn't really vary from fighting without or with. The only thing that is different is the